Hey everybody, it's LaRonda and I'm back with another video after like a 2 month hiatus. But there's a reason for all of that. I spent my winter break visiting my family, came back to the island and was just spending some time on my own, kind of thinking and figuring out what's next for me and what I want for my life. And in today's video, I want to talk about soul, the thing that came up during my soul searching, and that was letting go. Oftentimes, like growing up as a kid, I spent some time or I had some traumas happen to me in terms of like people leaving my life. And it really started with my dad. He left us when we were 2 and 3, my sister and I, and my mother and father separated, and we basically grew up without our dad in our lives. And we would have maybe a couple of times here and there seeing him, but most of our lives we didn't grow up with him. And I think that caused me to cling on a little bit tighter to the people that I loved in my life. So even through like mistreatments and things like that, or maybe men that I've had in my life that maybe weren't the best for me, but I still clung on to them in a way because I didn't want them to leave, or other people, friends, family, people in my life that were difficult to deal with and whatever, but I still continued putting myself in situations with people that didn't make me feel good about myself, didn't make me feel like I was a person of value to them, or that I even should be to myself. It's weird, but it's what happened. But instead of sort of letting those people go that weren't good, or that wasn't compatible with me and who I was, sometimes I would cling on to them a little bit longer for fear that I wasn't going to find anybody else that, was better or good for me. And one of the things that I've learned over this, last several months or so, and especially the last couple months that I've been not making videos, is that I need to learn to let go. When someone wants to leave your life for whatever reason, or when you want someone to leave your life because you need them to leave for your peace of mind, it's okay. And I had to really learn that it's okay for me to let people go that didn't make me feel good, or didn't lift me up, or make me feel happy about what I was doing, or offer me encouraging words and push me along, and make me feel like I was of value to them. Like a lot of times I would spend time trying to please people and doing things the way they wanted me to do it, or how they thought I should do it, or hiding the way I would do things normally to please other people. And it was just like the craziest thing is that one time I found out that, the person that I was doing, or that I felt inside of me that I was jumping through all these hoops to please, didn't even notice or didn't even feel that what I had done was all that pleasing. And so it made me realize that I was jumping through all of these hoops for nothing. The person didn't even recognize what I was trying to do and what I was trying to show them that I was doing to be more pleasing to them and what they wanted and their wants and needs and whatever, and my needs and wants be damned. And so I just realized from that I needed to stop that, because number one, it wasn't working anyway, because obviously they weren't seeing it. And number two, it wasn't comfortable for me. And so at that point, I'm like, you know what? I need to do what's right for me, regardless of how it may land on other people. And just like when things are not comfortable for me, what other people may be doing or their way is not comfortable for me, they don't care how I feel. So why am I so bogged down in my feelings about how other people feel about the way I'm doing things? And that's why I was just like, you know what? I got to let all that go. I just have to let it all go. People that don't serve me, people that are overly critical, people that are always talking about what I'm doing or talking about me behind my back. It's time to let all of that go because it doesn't make me feel good. And you only have a little, most people only live 70, 80 years, and I'm 40. So I'm past, at least half past, my lifespan. Let's say if I'm to live till 80, hopefully I'll live longer, but still, more than likely a good chance of more than many years are behind me than maybe are before me. So like I have only a limited amount of time left on this earth, and I want to spend as much of that time feeling good about myself, feeling like I have the best people around me, the team or the tribe of people around me that push me forward, encourage me, help me to be strong, make me stronger just by being behind me and having my back. That's what I need in my life for going forward. And that's what I want to offer the people that offer that to me, is somebody that has your back no matter what. And so I've decided that when, sometimes like growing up, my father was not in our lives, so he left when I was very young, and that was like the beginning of my traumas with people leaving and abandonment and things like that. And so as I grew up and got older, when people that I really loved would come into my life, I would cling on to them really tightly for fear that they would leave. And sometimes, or more often than not, it was to my detriment. It always made me feel worse. I remember my first love, I he decided that he wanted to break up or whatever, and I don't even remember why at this point, because that was in my 20s and it was a long time ago, and it was really hurtful. So like I think I kind of blocked a lot of it, but I remember that he wanted to leave or wanted to, break up or whatever. And I tried so hard to get him back, instead of just letting him go and do his thing or whatever. I tried so hard to get him back, and none of it worked. And, looking back at that situation, I know that it all comes from, being abandoned as a child and wanting by any means necessary to have someone to stick around. And when they weren't, it's like, I'm holding on to someone so tight because I didn't want someone to leave. When in actuality, I'm really doing myself a disservice, because if this person is ready to leave my life and I'm trying to hold on to them, they're going to be like, held hostage in something that they're not interested in being in. And so I had to realize, like, look, you got to let this go. You got to let him go. You got to let all the things that you had hoped for that relationship go. You got to let all of that stuff go. And that was the hardest thing to do. And it's been hard for me, whether it be friendships, jobs. I've stuck around with jobs for much longer than I should have, instead of just letting it go because I wasn't feeling fulfilled or whatever. I have wanted people to stay in my life or at jobs or whatever that I was in charge of, because I just wanted them to stay. But then I'm realizing, like, look, people have to do what works best for them, and sometimes that means they have to go, and I have to let them go. If that's what someone wants to do, you holding them hostage is not going to make them want to give you their absolute best. So I am just, this 2020 is the year of letting go and only doing and being around the people that serve me and make me feel good about myself. And so that's one of the things that I've learned in this, 2-month hiatus, and the things that I want to take into this new year and that I want to share with the world is, let go. And always, always, always something better will come along. And I can't think of a time where, I let go of something. And well, I've been single for a while, so I haven't I haven't had the best luck in the relationship area of things coming to me. But even still, like, I always feel like every time lately that I've been meeting more people, the person that I meet next is a little bit better or has a little bit more of the qualities that I want from the last one. So it's like every time I'm moving closer and closer to my goal of having the person that I want that has the traits that I want. So, yes, things do get better and you do find better people. And so, but you can't find them if you're so busy holding on. Like if you're trying to get you want somebody to give you $100 bill, but you're still holding on so tight to that dollar bill, you can't the person's not going to be able to put that 100 or that $1,000 bill in your hand because you're still holding on so tight to something small and not worth your time and your energy and effort. So anyway, that's where I'm at this year. I hope to be posting very regularly, but please don't hold it against me if I don't. I have a lot of stuff going on, and I don't want my YouTube channel to turn into like a job or a chore. And, with everything, I am a single mother, I have a child, and different activities that I'm trying to do, and business on the side, and the YouTube channel, and a 9 to 5 job. And so, like, I have so many things going on. And, I want to make this one of my priorities, but I don't want it to become like a chore. So, don't hold it against me if I don't post like every week or something like that. But, I'll post when I have something relevant to say or something that I really want to get off my heart and mind and put out into the world. And hopefully somebody will get something from it. So anyway, I'm so glad to be back. Thank you so much for watching and for sticking around with my channel. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Happy dating, everybody. Bye-bye.